Well, would you look at that? We finally got an update from Ubisoft. Over 3 million players for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Not, terribly helpful information, but hey, it's the second highest day one sales revenue in Assassin's Creed franchise history. What exactly is that revenue? Biggest Ubisoft day one ever on PlayStation Digital Store. How do we quantify that? It's the biggest one. How is it the biggest one in terms of sales, in terms of players? It's the biggest. Okay, best community ever with over 40 million hours already played. Bruh, what does that mean? Do you have, okay, so you got 3 million players and all of them have played 10-ish hours? Like, what are we doing here? Like, how do we properly assess any of these numbers? And yeah, there's a term that immediately hops off the page right there that I know that I was immediately intrigued by, and why several other people have taken Ubisoft to task on this one. It's like, oh cool, you want to go ahead and announce players. Maybe you should go ahead and announce sales or actual revenue numbers, but we'll go ahead and we'll dig into that stuff tomorrow, because some of the available sales data, it's very interesting, and the certain markets that Ubisoft are looking to tap into aren't necessarily responding. But no. Okay, when Ubisoft isn't busy trying to get, virtue signal points, and they aren't trying to dunk on the Rocket Man, trying to slink up close to Hassan, they're too busy selling off a sizable portion of their business to China. Very interesting, huh? Ubisoft forms a 4 billion euro gaming subsidiary with Chinese tech giant Tencent for major IPs like Assassin's Creed amid reported financial devastation. Yep, so they're going to go ahead and stave off bankruptcy, or at least a panic sale, by partnering with the company that is ultimately going to be the one that takes them over in a few years' time, by putting all of their valuable IPs over in the corner for the second and just simply indulge all of their worst proclivities so that they further drive down the value of their IPs, so Tencent can come in at a later date and just swoop up and buy everything and then reboot them with more based Chinese developers. I mean, this right here, okay, like, you don't need to go down the conspiratorial rabbit hole when it comes to ESG and all of those, my BlackRock and my Vanguard and my, we need to force opinions and behaviors. No. This is ESG in a nutshell. Okay, this is the actual shit. There's no tinfoil hat required on this interpretation. This is predatory lending, and then coming in when you can't ultimately pay back that loan and going, well, just take some equity in your company. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. We'll just become partners moving forward. You can pay us back when you pay us back. It's fine. It's great. And then when it's all said and done and you continue to drive your company into the ground, then your Chinese partners become your Chinese bosses. Many such cases. Ubisoft has formed a new gaming subsidiary alongside Chinese company Tencent for its major IPs like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and Far Cry. Ubisoft is hemorrhaging money. That much has been clear since the release of the catastrophic Q3 for our financial year 25 earnings report, which revealed a company in freefall. Net bookings plunged 51.8% year over year in Q3 alone. Digital bookings fell 33.8%. Player recurring investment, the bread and butter of live service games, dropped 33.7%. So it looks like, the wheels have finally fallen off of Rainbow Six Siege, but hey, you got non-binary operators, which that's cool. And the company's debt to EBITDA ratio now sits at a nightmarish minus 21.1x, suggesting Ubisoft is losing money at a rate that makes its financial model unsustainable, even before taxes, interest, and amortization is factored in. But hey, guys, we got some of that Chinese money coming in, so it's fine. It's fine. So when Ubisoft suddenly announced this week that, all of those buyout talks, they just slowed down so that Tencent could figure out how much or how little they needed to put forward in order to get 25% of Ubisoft. Yeah, exactly what everybody had thought after those rumors of those negotiations picked up around the time that financial report was out there, that Ubisoft was seeking outside financial help. It's like, yeah, we know why it's stopping right now, because they want to see what kind of a disaster they're going to have on their hands with Shadows, their last ditch effort to stay as the company they are right now. And well, because they can only announce players, we know that they very much ended up saving a bunch of money Yes, backed up by a 1.16 billion euro or a $1.25 billion investment from Tencent. Investors were understandably confused. Why would a company circling the drain be launching bold new ventures? Oh, because Tencent has a lot of money, and they are also, like I stated before, predatory lenders that are eventually going to own Ubisoft by the time the next Assassin's Creed comes out, which we got some information on that one. We might as well pull that up right now because that's hilarious. Because now that they got this influx of money, well, they're going to be going ahead with Codename Hex. Now that Shadows is out, here's a recap of everything we know about the next. Don't focus so much on the current thing. Get excited for next thing. A very different upcoming flagship Assassin's Creed title, according to Mark Alexis Cote, featuring strong feminine energy, written by franchise veteran narrative director Darby McDevitt, who's behind some of the best written games in the franchise. Which ones? The best ones. Developed by Ubisoft Montreal, the franchise's main studio since 2007, designed to leave a lasting mark on the franchise. Yara Tabara at Ubisoft Montreal, one of the first two games to launch on Assassin's Creed Infinity platform, the other being Codename Red, which was, in fact, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh boy, launching after Mirage and Codename Red. Themes revolving around witchcraft, based on the name Hex, meaning witch in German, derived from Old German Hagauza, whatever. And I'm sure they're going to pay, for as good as they were at maintaining accuracy to Japanese history. I'm sure they're going to do exactly the same for Germanic lore. Imagery shown in the teaser, and the pentagram in the official logo key art. Oh, the rumors. Oh, the setting set in Central Europe in the 16th century, focusing on a pivotal point in history revolving around the mass hysteria around witchcraft and gripped the continent, leading to witch trials where 80,000 people were executed, according to Bloomberg and Insider Gaming. It's going to be it's relatively in early stage development, expected to be released or at least announced to be released in 2026 and then get pushed back to 2027. A more linear experience, some open world exploration similar to earlier Assassin's Creed games. Oh, the protagonist, one female protagonist, Elsa. Oh yeah, that's all you need to know on this one. This is going to be Ubisoft in its full form because, of course, now they got the money, they can go ahead and do whatever the fuck they want. Ubisoft framed the move as a strategic push to build games ecosystems designed to become truly evergreen and a multi-platform. The new subsidiary will house Ubisoft's most valuable IPs, including Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. The company emphasized improved creative capacities, greater narrative quality, and multiplayer innovation. But the real story is buried beneath the PR fluff. Well, yeah, exactly. And the way that Pirate Nation has it summarized, Tencent investing 1.16 billion euros, acquiring 25% stake in the new entity, contains Ubisoft's biggest IPs, includes any future titles, a back catalog, and development teams. Which also leads into, okay, cool, how's this actually going to affect Ubisoft? Because this right here is a fundamental change, effectively moving every reason for Ubisoft to still remain a company, they're just pushing it off to this new subsidiary where they're going to develop games as opposed to, well, what's going to happen with the rest of the company? Massive fucking layoffs. Yves Guillemot's internal memo on Ubisoft and Tencent's new subsidiary. Oh, there's a lot of reading between the lines on this one. Earlier today, Ubisoft and Tencent announced a new subsidiary valued at 4 billion euros. But yeah, you also take a look at the valuation of Ubisoft about 5 years ago, and you take a look at what it is today, and you know why Tencent didn't go ahead and finance the entire thing, because they know they can get it in at a discount in the very near future. It reads, "Hello everyone, I'm pleased to share an important announcement that will mark a milestone in Ubisoft's history. Following a process to review different strategic options for Ubisoft's future, we have just signed an exceptional agreement with one of our trusted shareholders, Tencent, with whom we have a solid relationship. Their 1.16 billion euro investment will benefit all of Ubisoft. We will be able to firmly take back control of our future and renew the serenity needed to create the best games." But I thought that was your focus and your emphasis prior to the... Anyways, the term of partnership are straightforward. We will establish a new dedicated subsidiary within Ubisoft. Will bring together our three most powerful franchises, Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and Far Cry. RIP Watch Dogs, Prince of Persia, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. That's probably for the best. This subsidiary will gather the teams working on these brands primarily in Montreal. Oh, their flagship studio is under this new subsidiary. It's very likely to become the final subsidiary of Ubisoft. Quebec City, Sherbrooke, Saguenay, Barcelona, and Sofia. What about Ubisoft Paris? Well, that shit's dead. Tencent will be a 25% shareholder in the new subsidiary with the aim of boosting these franchises so they become undisputed global icons. Yeah, because there was a point in time when, anything with a Far Cry or a Rainbow Six name on it was just a surefire victory. And Assassin's Creed was such a strong brand that they were releasing 3 games a year. Remember, they had the little 2D side-scrollers, the Chronicles games, and there was also a DS? I think it was a DS, right? Yeah, it was a DS spin-off of the original. This was a globally iconic franchise, but now they have to take Chinese money in order to get back and sniff that level of success. Okay. This historic agreement is above all recognition of the extraordinary work you've been doing over the years. Interesting, right? Yeah, we had to seek external financing because you guys have been doing such great work. I believe you. The value of these 3 brands directly reflects your individual and collective talent and efforts. Far Cry 6 was reviewed like shit. I couldn't give less of a fuck about continuing playing Far Cry 5. And yeah, what was the last universally acclaimed Assassin's Creed game? Was that Valhalla? But I don't even know if anybody, or the vast majority of people, finished that game or even think back on it fondly, because Mirage is the most recent one to come out and nobody thinks that one's great. And Shadows, come on, man. We all know this shit's ass. But okay. This investment will also give us the means to accelerate the changes that we've been discussing for several months across the group. Changes that many of you may have been longing for, as revealed at the Ubisoft XP survey. These changes are in line with initiatives that Marie-Sophie has been sharing recently, which aim to put creation of unique games and player satisfaction back at the heart of our daily work. That will enable us to return to a higher level of profitability. Interesting. This announcement comes at a pivotal time after the very positive reception of Assassin's Creed Yo, okay, bro, this is an internal email. You don't need to lie like that, unless, of course, you knew you were going to leak it to begin with. And the excitement sparked by the announcement of Rainbow Six Siege X. Fucking what? I never heard of that. Of which we can be very proud. I want to express my deepest gratitude for your resilience, tenacity, courage, and creativity. All the qualities that make Ubisoft a truly unique company and has helped us overcome a challenging period over the last few years that has been great and fantastic. In the coming months, we'll dedicate it to shaping our next chapter. Read between the lines here. Of course, this new step in our transformation will raise many questions, like who is gonna get fucking fired, including on an individual level. We are committed to keeping you regularly informed. Yes, we're going to be playing the layoff lottery here in the very near future, so if your number gets pulled, sucks to suck, I guess. Answering your questions and providing visibility on the next steps. We hope you can join the global live stream that will be held tomorrow. Well, I guess that would be Friday, right? 3:30 p.m. CET, during which I will share a few words with you. You'll receive an invitation shortly. I don't know if that's going to be internal. I don't know if you guys are going to have the opportunity to see that. I'm obviously recording this Thursday evening, and yeah, honestly, there's going to be some fundamental changes at Ubisoft. We already knew that. There's a massive buyout going on right now. We already knew that, but hey guys, 3 million players can't be wrong, right? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo, and you should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.